3 NCAA tournaments. It feels like he's headed to his 4th. And of course, for Kevin Kruger, he takes over a program that had success with his father. Of course, Lon Kruger, the most successful coach in UNLV history, not named Jerry Tarkanian. And so Lon Kruger in his 2nd year. The Rebels very streaky. They opened at 10-0, struggled at times, but 2 overtime wins and momentum into this ball game in the first possession for the Runnin' Rebels.
Expect UNLV to get Harkless on track early. He's going to have a lot of opportunities tonight. Boise State can't let him get going.
Over Rice, Harkless the miss. Shaver is one of the best rebounding guards in the country.
At Boise State shoot-around today, they said we have to make every shot Harkless takes over a hand.
Degenhart, that's a 3.
Good sign for Boise State. Pick and pop action, get Degenhart on the free side of the floor. UNLV's bigs are going to have a tough time guarding him on the perimeter because he can shoot it so well.
McCabe, the West Virginia transfer. Justin Webster in the starting lineup. This is Harkless. Skips it to McCabe in the corner. Shot clock is down. McCabe steps through. Kind of a Euro step with no result, and Degenhart has the rebound. Degenhart very good in the low blocks. His 3-point game, as you saw, has improved as well. Sweeping hook is short. Broncos have the loose ball and a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Rice for 3. Max Rice.
Exactly the kind of start that Boise State wanted. Aggressive on the glass. That time, a second chance opportunity leads to a Max Rice 3.
Shea Noel. Blocked. Smith. Shaver, he'll try a 3. He hits it! My goodness!
All 3 long balls from almost identical spots on the floor, but for Boise State, you gotta like it because they came in different kind of actions, getting their 3 leading scorers going early.
Degenhart, Shaver, and Rice. And now Harkless and UNLV on their heels. McCabe is fouled. Shaver with the bump. California Almonds brings you the keys to the game. Dan Dickow, what you got?
Well, UNLV, stay out of foul trouble. They have a limited depth, especially on the interior, and they've got to find a way to get 3s to drop, which is hard against this Boise State defense. For the Broncos, slow down Harkless. We already talked about how he's been scoring it at such a pace, and take care of the basketball. UNLV, amazing job of converting steals into offensive points in transition.
They're going to have to find a way to stop 3-point shooting. That's Webster. That's a 3. And a good sign for UNLV. Justin Webster, the transfer from Hawaii.
But credit Harkless. Because he's been on such a scoring tear, help side is shifted a little bit more into the gaps. Late rotation to get back to Harkless.
Shaver. How about that?
What a start for Boise State. He's been banged up a little bit through the course of the year, but he is as valuable of a backcourt player in this league.
Rodriguez. McCabe, ball fake, jumper, missed it. And it's a foul coming in hard for the rebound. And Luis Rodriguez with the foul.
Well, Shaver's one of those rare guards who doesn't shoot a great percentage from the three-point line, around 30% on the year, but Coach Leon Rice gives him a lot of freedom because he's made big shots in the past. He reads the defensive mistakes, stops behind the screen, and knocks it down.
He's been in a three-point slump coming in. He was 3 of his last 19, and he's hit his first 2 here. Degenhart now.
But his nickname around Boise is Big Shot Shave.
Drop step, that's gorgeous.
The footwork from Degenhart gets you leaning one way with great balance. turn it back the other.
Harkless contact, no whistle, but a bucket.
What a finish. The strength to be able to finish through contact.
Smith doesn't shoot many threes. Rice does. And he missed it.
Surprised he didn't go in. Every three has been from that spot. UNLV just trying to withstand that initial run.
Harkless against Smith. There'll be a variety of Broncos that end up on him defensively. Good rotation. Corner three. Got it. Keyshawn Gilbert. AJ told you what a nice addition he is coming back into the lineup. And Gilbert hits a three, and the lead is cut to 6. Smith, why not? Rebels would like to run. Gilbert steps through with a left hand, and UNLV charges back.
Gilbert's a terrific story. As a freshman last year, didn't even average 3 points per game, only 7 made threes, but he has made huge strides as a sophomore. A really good player in this league.
Shaver been playing with that high ankle sprain for about a month. Rice down the lane. Smith rising and finishing. Wow.
Terrific find from Rice. Acrobatic finish from Najee Smith.
Back to a 6-point lead. Gilbert again. Chibuzo Abo with the rebound. Everybody can handle the ball. Everybody can initiate offense for Boise State. It's a fun system to play in. Rice brings 2 with him. Smith kicks. Abo rises. Got a 3.
Mistake defensively, though, for UNLV. With Smith attacking off the dribble, you don't need to help. Make him score over the top with Milwaukee there to challenge. Instead, Harkless leaves, opens up the easy, uncontested 3 from the corner.
Boise State has opened this game going 5 of 7 from distance. And the lead is 9. Harkless is loose. Barges in. Offensive foul. Degenhart had position. And right now, Boise State has it going on in Las Vegas. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 threes already. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Will you pause it real quick? Just sold the car to Carvana. Okay, hit play, please.
What? When did you do that?
I just did it the other day. All I had to do was enter the VIN or license plate, answer a couple of questions, and got a real offer in seconds. Then they just picked up the car and paid me right on the spot.
I can finally quit my job and become an actor. No, you're right.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
T-Mobile has the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus for free and price lock guarantee. Do you?
Well...
T-Mobile will never raise my rates for talk, text, and data. Will you?
Well, yes. T-Mobile has price lock guarantee and a free Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus.
Switch to T-Mobile and get a free Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus with no trade-in required.
Get ready for champions. Tomorrow, one team will bust every bracket. We're in trouble. Woody Harrelson.
That's it, baby. Good job.
I have Down syndrome. I'm not deaf.
Champions, rated PG-13, tomorrow.
Isn't that your car?
That could have been bad.
Hot start for the 2-seed Boise State. 5 threes already, a 9-point lead. Trying to certainly polish their resume. Everybody feels like they're in. Jerry Palm feels like they're in. Jerry has them as a 10 seed. You see the record, the net ranking, the key wins as well. Dan Dickow, how do you feel about Boise State?
With all due respect to Jerry, and I think he's one of the best, if not the best out there, I feel they are better than a 10 seed. They are a really good basketball team. Undefeated at home. Their 5 conference losses are against the other top 5 teams in the league. And they are games that were impacted by injuries, as well as the most recent against Utah State and Logan, with a team with their back against the wall that they had to win to stay in contention.
Yeah, the overtime loss at San Jose State doesn't look as bad. That's an offensive foul. Rice ran right over Harkless, and an easy call for the officials. In case you missed it, San Jose State beat the 4-seed Nevada earlier today.
Good call from the official. Max Rice has been bothered by a sore back throughout much of the season. As a player, you're taught, get your shoulders down by the defender. Look like an old man there trying to get by the defender, straight up and down.
Well, let's see if UNLV can get themselves back closer and slow down the 3-point barrage. Keyshawn Gilbert, Harkless off a screen, jumper on the way, missed it. Boise State as a group, a good rebounding team. Again, they don't have a dominant post player. Their guards rebound quite well. Milner steps through, whips it. Abo. Got it. A foul. Count it.
That's the type of play if you're UNLV. There's a mismatch in the post. Harkless is a big, strong physical presence as a guard, but Milner's not much of a scoring threat. You have to determine, I can stay home, make Milner score. Instead, it results in a made 3 with a chance at 4-point play.
You agree with the foul call?
Yes. You got to give a player space to land. I don't think Abo is jumping forward intentionally to try to draw anything.
That's a 4-point play. My goodness. Boise State is 6 of 8 from distance, 8 of 11 from the field. UNLV 4 of 10 right now, and down 13 already.
If you're Kevin Kruger, your message has got to be just stay with it. They haven't been able to force any turnovers yet, which has been impressive from Boise State, but the Broncos aren't going to be able to shoot at this clip too much longer.
Jackie Johnson, the third, is in. Gilbert, that's going to go, and he's got a free throw. Keyshawn Gilbert, averaging 11.5 a game.
It's a difficult matchup for Milner. Boise State a lot of times will switch 1 through 4. Unfortunately, he gets put in a position where he had to late clock switch. Gilbert's a tough cover if you're a guard, let alone big.
Lead is 11. The Broncos beat UNLV twice this year. Milner, great catch. Shaver, great find.
Terrific find, and a great job from Milner that time. Catching it, keeping it high, straight to the finish.
And the win here for Boise State wasn't close, 84-66. They beat UNLV back in early January and won a tight one up in Boise in mid-February by 4. Gilbert, Johnson, long tip, and the Rebels get 20 back on the clock. Rodriguez, offensive foul. Shaver went down. That's a close one. That's a tough call between a charge or a flop.
Get a chance to take a look at it, I'm sure, when we come back. But Boise State continues to be red hot from the 3. Gilbert doing everything he can to keep them in it.
CBS celebrates Women's History Month.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? To find out how, just scan the QR code. But in a nutshell, we can reduce the total amount of debt you owe by almost half, saving you thousands. Cut the decades you'll be in debt to as little as 24 to 36 months, and reduce your stress too. It's easy to get started. Just scan this QR code to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. Credit Associates. Live better. Debt-free.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Marco's. Pizza lovers get it. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Gorgeous sunset in Las Vegas. Boise State isn't waiting for the sun to go down. 25-12 on top. Leon Rice moments ago with our AJ Ross.
Coach, 6 three-pointers already. It's raining threes for your team. What do you think not only about their shooting, but their ball distribution at this moment?
We're getting into the paint, and we're kicking it out when they come and help and kind of moving the ball pretty good. Our spacing's pretty good. We're making each other better, so that's when we make shots.
Your defensive coordinator, I should say, your assistant coach, Mike Burns, was encouraging your guys to play the pick and roll a little tighter. What do you think about their efforts on that side?
Well, these guys are an explosive team, so you got to really be dialed in on every pick and roll because they'll make you pay if you screw it up.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
All right, AJ, nice job there. Now this coaching staff for Boise State, it's interesting. You know, Leon Rice, we were talking about the defense. There's there's Leon right there. Mike Burns is the defensive coordinator. Tim Duryea is the offensive coordinator. It almost feels like college football, but some college basketball coaching staffs have that designation.
Yeah, it's a well-rounded assistant coaching staff that Leon Rice has. Roberto Burgesson, one of the all-time great players at Boise State, also on that staff. Played professionally for a long time, but, you know, Duryea as well as Burns have multiple focal points, but each of them are in that offensive and or defensive coordinator role where that is where the majority of their focus lies.
You can see the distribution of UNLV points weighing heavily on Keyshawn Gilbert, who did not play in the overtime win over Air Force yesterday. He was suspended in the overtime win over Nevada that ended the regular season, which was an enormous win for UNLV. Nevada at home. Harkless. Whiting got a hand on it. And fresh clock for the running Rebels.
What a pass.
Tough catch. Harkless gets it back. Steps through. Oh, Milner with the block.
Boise State is extra effort on both ends of the floor right now. You got to enjoy how they have come out in this first 10 minutes of the game.
Shaver, lob for Milner. And it stays with the Broncos. Did you ever run into in your NBA play, or even when you played at Gonzaga or Washington, a coaching staff that had, hey, this is the defense guy, that's the offense guy?
No, I think that's become kind of more prevalent in recent years, especially at the college level. Typically, one coach will have a scout for each particular opponent, study the last 5 games or so, and come up with a game plan that the head coach then approves and implements with the tweaks that he wants.
offensive coordinator Tim Duryea approves of an 18-footer by Marcus Shaver Jr.
He approves of everything that's gone on tonight so far for Boise State.
I think both coordinators are pretty happy, right? 27 points on the board, another turnover for UNLV. Conference USA tournaments. We're headed there tomorrow. Semifinals tip-off 12:30 Eastern. FAU, that's just a storybook season for the Owls. Turning Boca Raton into a basketball town.
Yes, every team on the bubble right now is pulling for FAU in that Conference USA tournament.
Hey, I'm pulling for FAU.
Absolutely, that's a great story.
In tight, Keyshawn Hall, who's had to battle through injuries, talented freshman, and he gets a left-handed runner to go. 27-14, 2-seed Boise State on top. Quarterfinal Thursday in Las Vegas in the Mountain West, with plenty of tournament hopes on this Thursday. And Abo is playing well. That's a 12-footer.
You know, a lot of people get tied into the analytics, threes and paint touches for layups, but that was a terrific mid-range pull-up. Get to your spot, elevate over the top of the defense.
We're going to see the king of the pull-up later tonight.
Yes.
Jamal Mashburn Jr., Richard Pitino, and New Mexico suddenly feel like they've got a little bit of their mojo back. But they hunt twos, especially for Mashburn.
Yeah, they are one of the least three-point dependent teams in the entire country. And with Jamal Mashburn Jr., it makes a lot of sense. But with House being back healthy, they are going to be a tough out for anybody in this tournament.
That game could be in the 90s.
It could.
Utah State against New Mexico later tonight. Gilbert, off balance, missed badly. And now Boise State is pounding UNLV. And Rice lost it. It's a turnover for the Broncos, just their third of this half. Been a blizzard of threes here for Leon Rice. 6 of 9 so far. They've made 6 threes. UNLV's made 6 total shots.
And Boise State is not a team that is overly reliant on the three-point shot. Max Rice will get it going, as will Abo on occasion. Degenhart and Shaver can knock him down as well, but they don't get married to the three-pointers. Jackie Johnson takes advantage of no help side defense in the vicinity of Boise State.
Marcus Shaver still in the game, and he's got 2 fouls. Degenhart left hand. Let's see if UNLV can push some tempo and stir this game up. Webster surrounded by Broncos.
He wanted to shoot that one badly. Good closeout from Hall to not allow Rice the opportunity.
Smith backing in on Noel. And he gets in and he scores. He does the dirty work, all the while averaging 10 points, almost 6 rebounds a game.
He does all the little things that you mentioned, which allows Coach Rice to give just enough freedom to shoot an occasional three or take up his opportunity on the low block like on the last possession.
Great play by Shaver, and Smith finishes. That's a foul and a bucket. And the blizzard continues from Boise State. A free throw coming, a 33-16 lead. All Broncos in Las Vegas, their biggest lead of the night. From deep and from in tight, Boise State up big. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. It's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable all night. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. It's our lowest price ever. Save $1,200 on the Sleep Number 360 i10 Smart Bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday.
I got a heart like a truck. It's been drugged through the mud.
Ram owners have heart for being fearless, determined, and bold. That's why it's time for you to be a Ram.
Now with 0.9% financing for 60 months, get an average $11,600 in finance savings on our most popular models.
You don't get here or here without challenging yourself to climb way higher than most people even dare, at 30 stories or 30 feet. Pros who push themselves to reach new heights trust Werner Fall Protection and Climbing Equipment. Werner, official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
Your wellness is your journey. And with almonds, an excellent source of magnesium.
Do you have to do that every time?
I do, because I'm an excellent source of magnesium to help support immunity. Whoa, whoa.
Eat almonds, live well, repeat.
Gotcha.
The 2 seed Boise State laying it on the 7 seed early here. First half. AJ Ross caught up with Kevin Kruger.
Coach, Boise State got out to a fast 9-0 start, and it's just been a hot shooting streak for them. What would you like to see defensively as far as getting more pressure along the perimeter?
We just got to play harder. They're playing really hard. You know, they've got a great intent to them, and Boise's playing really hard. They're passing and cutting and moving. Got a lot of energy right now. We've got to match it.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
All right, AJ. Certainly Kevin Kruger right now, and the Runner Rebels on their heels.
Well, he mentioned it. You got to play harder, you know. And the fact is, we sit here as an analyst and a commentator, and it's hard to make that comment to college players because they're not athletes. But Coach said what I think both of us were thinking is they've got to play hard. They haven't matched the intensity of Boise State up till now.
Broncos are out rebounding UNLV 11-6, and obviously shooting much better. 13 of 18 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3 is Boise State. And Smith completes a 3-point play. Johnson. McCabe cut off. Johnson, and his 3 doesn't draw iron.
Johnson, one of those interesting players. Started off the season really well. His minutes have kind of dwindled, but he was big late in the season when Harkless struggled with foul issues at times, and he's had to play a role with Eli Parquette being out as well as of late.
Harkless is not on the floor right now. He's 1 of 5 in the game, and Dagenhart's going to work. Oh! You could hear that one, Victor Iwako.
Well, he timed that one, came all the way over from the weak side. Dagenhart not able to see it in time, and just set that up for Iwako to say no thank you.
UNLV with a steal on the inbound. McCabe, a corner 3, and he hits it.
That's the couple possession stretch UNLV needed. A block shot, the turnover, and then a transition 3. See if that gets the rest of the bench energized.
Jace Whiting handling the ball. He's played some really important minutes down the stretch in the second half of the season for Boise State.
He has grown. You know, he's had some really nice moments. One of the 2 meetings between these 2 teams this year, he played really well. 10 points in the first meeting here in this building.
Abo, man, is he having a game.
That's just
a dozen for Abo. He's hit 3 threes.
Well, we spotlighted the 3 leading scorers, the Mountain West all-conference selections in the Open, but Abo has kind of been that guy who doesn't get the credit he probably deserves. He has been great throughout this year. I expect next year to make him take a huge jump in production.
Hall delivers, and Iwako finishes.
Hall's just an interesting talent. He's got to get himself into better shape, but you can see he's got some stuff to his game where he's a big that can step out and create for himself or others.
Rice cut off at the baseline. Whiting, shot fake, falls over, gets it to Degenhardt, who hits a three. 8 of 11 now is Boise State.
This is unbelievable. A team that doesn't even average 8 made threes a game on the season here in the first half. It's been electrifying for this crowd.
This is Hall. Great move, no finish. Degenhardt the rebound. Whiting pushes tempo into the lane. Floater, got it. 16 of 22 is Boise State. And a 21-point lead with 4 minutes left in this first half. In UNLV's building, McCabe, baseline jumper is good. Everything is working right now for the Broncos. Whiting, good find. Rice.
Why not?
Yes! Oh, goodness!
Well, if you're going to double against a player like Degenhardt, who's a willing passer, you've got to be able and be prepared to rotate in time. UNLV did not, giving Max Rice an open three.
How demoralizing must it be for UNLV? I mean, every time down the floor, it's a three. 9 of 12 by the Broncos.
That one right there, touching the ceiling of the Thomas and Mack. Boise State on fire.
Your morning coffee. Hot, delicious, comforting. But by the 3rd or 4th cup, your stomach might not feel so good. If that sounds like you, replace your afternoon cup with 5-Hour Energy. It's perfect for when you're feeling coffeeed out. Coffee in the morning, 5-Hour Energy after. Your stomach will thank you. Discover 5-Hour Energy.
Self-care isn't skin deep. Good thing almonds
We're doing
have
this again, huh?
Almonds have 50% of the recommended daily value of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that promotes skin health.
Okay, shh.
Okay, bye. Eat almonds, live well, repeat.
T-Mobile has the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus for free and price lock guarantee. Do you?
Well, yes.
Switch to T-Mobile and get a free Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus with no trade-in required.
The top players from the best schools and conferences in Black college basketball will compete for the 2nd ever HBCU All-Star Game, April 2nd on CBS.
Boise State may have 60 by the time we get to AT&T 5G at the half. Adam Zucker, Wally Zerbiak, Chris Walker, John Rothstein standing by in our New York studio to get you caught up on all of the conference tournament news and highlights. AT&T at the half. Rich Waltz, Dan Dickow, AJ Ross, Jerry Palm updating in real time, although I don't know that he's taken into consideration Boise State hitting 9 threes so far. But Rutgers, with their win, pops into the last 4 in. Utah State is in that, and we'll see Utah State later tonight against New Mexico. Arizona State is across the street at the Pac-12 tournament. They got a win last night. Their competition gets a little tougher tonight. And UNLV has no answers right now. Harkless is back in. He's 1 of 5 from the field. He went for 35 yesterday. Into the corner, and that's Noel, who misses the 3. Harkless the rebound. Another corner 3. This one goes down. And that's Justin Webster.
And what you want to see this last 3 minutes from UNLV is just playing harder and put some doubt in the mind of Boise State. Get a couple stops, a couple good offensive possessions where you can have some momentum going into halftime.
Degenhardt, and he misses that 3. You saw that number there, 27 points from 3s. It's fine. Milner was there. Maybe altered the shot. Rice open. Rice.
Take advantage of a running rebel play and falling down in transition.
This is amazing to watch. 10 threes for Boise State. Rice has got 3. And it just continues. Bracket week presented by Kubota. We're in Vegas all week. Quarterfinal Thursday. First 2 games nail biters, and right now Boise State and Max Rice are absolutely burying UNLV. 10 of 14 from 3-point are the Broncos. Harkless. Noel feeds inside. And Harkless.
Good extra effort from Shane Noel, the transfer from Arizona. A little back tap on the offensive glass to create another opportunity for Harkless.
And a steal. And a dunk. Noel. Great sequence for him. And a minute and a half left, and signs of life from UNLV.
Well, he's had some nice stretches. The second game in Boise, he had a career-high 14 points. Out of Eastside Catholic in Seattle. His older brother Jalen went to UW, is now in the NBA with the Timberwolves.
Milner, this is Kuzmanovic. Remember, Shaver's got 2 fouls, and he's on the bench right now.
Get out in the passing lane if you have an idea of what the opponent is trying to run. Noel does just that. Is rewarded in transition with the easy 2.
Regardless of this flurry of points for Boise State, UNLV and Boise State may be the 2 most improved defensive teams in this conference this year.
Yeah, Boise State started trending in that direction over the last couple of years to become a really good defensive team. But for UNLV, you know, they have really improved in that area this year. They're active in forcing turnovers. Their perimeter, as far as their quickness and their handsiness, is impressive.
Shot clock's down. Whiting lobs. Milner. And McCabe has the rebound. Final minute, first half. UNLV trying to make up some ground here. Harkless thought about a 3. Abo's on him. There's the 3. He hit it. If he gets going, and that's good news. He was 1 for his first 5, and he's hit a couple here.
I like the adjustment, though. UNLV picking up a little 3-quarter court pressure just so that Boise State can't flow into their offense with no resistance. But you're right, Harkless, if he can get going, he can make this interesting in a hurry with the way he scores.
2-second difference. Harkless has got 8 in the half. Ball's in Rice's hands. Whiting gets it off. And of course he hits. And of course the Broncos finish with a bucket. A 2. 50 points in the first half for Boise State. Watch the foot. It looks like it was on the line. So they've called it a 2. Officials may look at it as well. Not that a point will make a big difference in the Broncos' first half.
Everybody has come to play. They have been hot, as we've mentioned, throughout the evening from the perimeter.
Let's go down to AJ. AJ?
That's right, Coach Rice. 6 of your guys are...
As a Gonzaga Bulldog. And the funny thing here, sad for UNLV, they played pretty well in the first half offensively. They were 6 of 12 from 3 and 47% from the field.
Yeah, their shooting numbers were great. Early in the game, they didn't quite get into offensive execution and spacing great, but as the half went on, they got much more comfortable on that end of the floor. If you're a Runnin' Rebel fan, you look at it, you're down 16. We got to get off to a good start, not allow that lead to creep up to 20, 22, because if they can chip away at it, they're in the driver's seat to put the pressure on Boise State.
All right, you saw the numbers. Let's check in with AJ Ross. AJ?
Oh, Rich, Coach Kevin Kruger told me Elijah Harkless gave them a good shot in the arm right before the half, but he wants to see this Rebels team collectively get downhill and get better spacing. On defense, he says they've been a step slow and they can't give Boise anything with the way they're shooting the ball at this point, guys.
All right, thank you, AJ. Max Rice backing in, falling away, missed the jumper. And so one step at a time, UNLV has the rebound.
Great first defensive possession for UNLV. Not the shot that is typical in the offensive attack of Boise State, a post-up fadeaway from Max Rice.
That shot in the arm that Harkless gave them, they were down 22 at one point in the first half. Drawn within 16. Degenhart running the floor, missed it, follows, good.
Wasn't able to convert the first, but the touch and the creativity with the left hand on the follow-up.
McCabe, strong drive, and with the right hand, Jordan McCabe, 7 points now, 52-36. Abo had a great first half for Boise State. A dozen points, 4 of 5 from the field. And Shaver's moving better than I think we've seen him in a long time. And he hits an 18-footer. Remember, the high ankle sprain cost him a game early in February. He didn't feel like he was at full strength that whole month.
Yeah, almost if on cue, he knocked that 3 down. You know, the biggest, most disappointing loss for Boise State was probably on the road at San Diego State, where they lost by 20. Well, Shaver didn't play. Degenhart picked up a couple quick fouls. They were never able to get into any kind of flow.
Noel hits the 3, and he turned around searching for an official. He thought he got popped on the arm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Boise State go on the interior to Degenhart. Noel has given up a couple inches in strength.
Skip pass, Smith, unorthodox 3, but he has hit some big ones this year. Harkless against Abo. Rob, the catch, Muwaka. All but one Bronco who's played has scored in this game. And a foul. Noel trying to push Degenhart a little further from the basket.
And those two have history. They played against each other in the state playoffs in Washington at the 3A level. Eastside Catholic versus Mount Spokane.
Rice, quick trigger. A good sign for UNLV is that Boise State doesn't seem to be red hot anymore.
Sometimes you never want a half to end when you're on fire the way they were.
McCabe dishes, Webster hits the 3.
And on the flip side, UNLV is on track now. They now have 8 made threes on the night.
And they've hit 2 of their 2 here in the second half. And 8 of 14 in the game is UNLV from 3. Shaver, it's a big screen. Harkless having a guard Degenhart. A nice play by McCabe with 8 on the shot clock.
Drive and kick action. Harkless skips to McCabe, then the second drive and kick finds Webster in the corner. That's what you have to do. You have to get a good defensive team like Boise State in rotations to create open opportunities.
Short shot clock, maybe not that short. Yeah. And that's a foul on UNLV. Shaver went down. Webster doesn't like the call. I mean, Shaver went down hard. I'm not sure if he was thrown down or if he lost his balance, or maybe a combination of both.
It was a little of both. Shaver, one of the best rebounding guards on the entire West Coast. You have to be aware of him sneaking in on the offensive glass.
He is the best rebounding guard that's under 6'3" in the country. He leads this team in rebounding, over 6 a game. Shaver, that's nasty.
You can tell his ankle's feeling better because of his footwork and plant into that jump shot.
Offensive foul. Shaver's doing it all right now. And 2 fouls on Harkless. Shaver's got 12 points. He hasn't missed a shot. He's got 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
That's where Harkless, as you get an edge on your primary defender, Abo, you have to see help side has already slid in there and is in possession. You've already done your job, put the defense in rotation, kick it to find the open guy.
If Shaver is now at 100%, he sure looks like it right now. That's a huge boost for Boise State, because they've been winning games with him, and he hasn't been himself. He is himself tonight. Rice, offensive foul. He shoved off. Signs of life for UNLV, trying to dig themselves out of a big hole. Marcus Shaver Jr. trying to keep them buried. Big shot, Shave. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
The only way you're ever gonna know what you're made of is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? The new Grand Cherokee, made for what you're made of.
During the Jeep Celebration event, get 2.9% financing on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo and Grand Cherokee 4xE. Visit Jeep.com for new inventory available near you.
Favorite shows coming back tonight? Going to binge the whole season. Ooh, and cart some snacks and drinks. When your day should be ending, but you're just starting a new show, the world is your cart. Visit Instacart.com or download the app and get free delivery on your first order.
Remember college? 5-Hour Energy got you through then. And now, we'll get you through again. Rediscover 5-Hour Energy.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who will do them for you, so you can do not taxes.
Your wellness is your journey. And with almonds, an excellent source of magnesium.
Do you have to do that every time?
I do, because I'm an excellent source of magnesium to help support immunity. Whoa, whoa.
Eat almonds, live well, repeat.
Gotcha.
The majority of my patients with sensitivity, I see irritated gums and weak enamel. Sensodyne sensitivity gum and enamel relieves sensitivity, helps restore gum health, and rehardens enamel. I'm a big advocate of recommending things that I know work.
I love that we both got an awesome network and save money doing it.
I know, $25. I love that it's guaranteed for 3 years.
Hey, we're sitting on a sign here.
Switch and get Welcome Unlimited for $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. Verizon.
Quarterfinal, 56-42 Boise State. CBS Sports celebrates Women's History Month, recognizing the outstanding contribution women and girls have made on and off the field of play. Those are the Lady Rebels. Speaking of history, there's the trophy. They are the Mountain West champions, but they're not just champions, Dan Dickow. The numbers they put up this year, historic. Second straight championship, second straight tourney, 21-0 versus the Mountain West. Only the second team ever to do that. 31 wins, most ever in UNLV history. This is a great town for women's basketball. The Aces won the WNBA title here, and the Lady Rebels went 21-0 through the conference and the conference tournament.
Congrats to them on a dominant season.
Now the running Rebels, who were down by 22 in the first half, have shown signs that they're starting to get it back here. Harkless gets that one to drop.
Good job by getting him in an isolation setup against Jace Whiting. Whiting did a nice job not giving him an angle, but Harkless too strong, able to elevate over the top.
Max Rice has 3 fouls, but he's on the floor. Lob for Degenhart, made the catch, missed the shot. Rodriguez has the rebound. Can the Rebels get within single digits? Webster kicks. McCabe, that's a long 3. Got it! And there you go. Single digits.
We talked about Boise State being on fire from the three-point line in that first half. Well, don't look now, but UNLV has 9 of their own.
9 of 15 is UNLV from 3. 10 of 16 is Boise State. Rice against Harkless. Shaver has been marvelous tonight. He's got a dozen. He'll take a 3. He will miss the 3. Smith the rebound. Lost it. Got it back. Saves it. And that's over and back. And a turnover. And finally, the UNLV fans have something to get excited about.
It took them a while, but they are ready to go now. Triple drive action. Webster puts the defense in rotation. McCabe with the deep 3. Webster enjoys his teammate being successful on that possession. That's one thing we didn't see in that first half. Guys for UNLV playing for each other early. They definitely got the message from Coach Kruger.
Harkless, that's a dunk. Milwaukee muscles it in. Here come the running Rebels. 7-0 run, 7-point game. Shaver. Abo. Whiting against McCabe. In the lane. Won't go. Rebound. Milwaukee rips it away from 2 Broncos. Harkless. Around a screen. Kicks. Webster. No. Abo with a rebound.
Whiting missed. Degenhart is the first big down the floor, sealing the smaller Webster.
He's demanding the ball right now in the low blocks.
It's a learning point for a young point guard like that. When you got a good big that runs the floor, seals early, you got to deliver it.
Whiting off on the 3. Milwaukee tips the rebound to McCabe, and another chance to chip away. That was once a 22-point lead. And the 23-8 run right now. Harkless went for 35 yesterday. He's got 10 in this game. McCabe's got 10. They both lead the running Rebels. Harkless fouled. Count it. Over Degenhart. 5-point game.
He can get hot in a hurry. 35 in the opening round win against Air Force. He is simply putting the ball on the deck and challenging the defense to try and stay in front. That time, gets an edge, creates the contact with Degenhart, gets the ball up on the glass, the call, and he's at the line for the 3-point play.
The run continues, a 25-8 run from 22 down, a chance to draw within 4 here. Wow. Boise State played maybe their best half of basketball in the last 2 years, maybe. And right now, UNLV's off the canvas.
6 points in the first 7.5 minutes for Boise State's not going to cut it.
Degenhart stops the run. Soft touch.
Well, they needed that to stop the bleeding, but UNLV, you gamble in a situation like that against a good player in Degenhart, you're going to give an opportunity.
Webster, McCabe, quick trigger. Shaver with the rebound. Degenhart is down behind the play and limping on his way back up the floor. Time out. Running Rebels have finally started to run.
And have they ever? They have cut a big lead down to 6. Don't go anywhere. We got a great one in Las Vegas.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Isn't that your car? That could have been bad.
2-2.
With Instacart, shoppers shop for you like you shop for you. Shoppers have your Instacart order in the bag.
You don't get here or here without challenging yourself to climb way higher than most people even dare. At 30 stories or 30 feet. Pros who push themselves to reach new heights trust Werner Fall Protection and Climbing Equipment. Werner, official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
You are watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Boise State shot lights out in the first half, had a 22-point lead. UNLV has come back. Tyson Degenhart, lower right, just kind of went down. And then on his way back up the floor was limping. Grabbed that left hip for a second.
Hard to say what it might be, whether it's a hip or possibly an ankle, but hopefully he's okay if you're a Boise State fan.
But it's the California Almonds keys to the game. We can see that right now.
Yeah, UNLV, stay out of foul trouble. They have done that. They must make threes. They've done that for Boise State. Slow Harkless down. They did it the first 16 minutes or so, but he's starting to find his hot streak, and Boise State needed to take care of the ball. They've done a pretty good job of that up till now, but in all actuality, you get the sense that the pressure is shifting to Boise State.
Yeah, he's stretching what looks like the hip. With the looks of that stretch. We'll try to get a report if we can. Meanwhile, Boise State with the possession. With Degenhart out. Smith, Abo, Milner is in. Shaver and Rice. Rice playing with 3 fouls. Abo clears himself. Misses the jumper. UNLV a better job on the boards here in the second half.
Better job on the boards, but also ball pressure. Najee Smith couldn't find Abo when he was open coming off that screen. They've really picked up the pressure on the ball.
And you saw those shooting numbers. Broncos shot 70% from the field first half. Milwaukee stripped. It's a big screen by Milner, and a foul on Harkless, who got tangled up in Milner's legs. And Lon Kruger's not happy. That's 3 personals on Harkless. Here's a look.
Milner goes to set a screen, and it looks like Harkless is trying to sell it. Hooks that left arm around Milner's left leg as Milner's trying to exit out of the screening position.
Would you call that a hook and hold?
Well, they've gone away from that call as opposed to a few years ago, but that would have been a classic opportunity for the officials who like to call it by the books, a hook and hold.
Not a good pass by Shaver, stolen by Webster. So Harkless has got 3, Rice has got 3. Gilbert has the ball, and a man open. Rodriguez, a 3. It's a 3-point game, Dan Dickow.
Well, the great equalizer in the college game is the 3-point shot. UNLV is on fire now here in the second.
Shaver, Milner, stripped. Rodriguez ahead of steam, in the lane, collision, it's a block. Whether he was shooting or not is yet to be determined. Officials are conferring. Yeah, it looks like it before the shot.
Shaver tried to step in front.
Nope, they're going to say 2 free throws. Wow. And the winner of this game gets the winner of our second game, which should be just a dazzling offensive game. The 3 seed Utah State, the 6 seed New Mexico.
Well, the afternoon games were unbelievably good, including San Jose State going to overtime to beat New Mexico. This one looked like it might get out of hand early the way that Boise State was shooting, but UNLV has battled back. And you're right, that nightcap, Utah State needs another win, I think, to solidify themselves in the NCAA tournament. I think they're in at this moment in time, but it would really relieve a lot of pressure. But New Mexico, when they are healthy and when they are right, they are a really good basketball team.
And they have a path to the NCAA tournament as well with what's lining up in front of them. Shaver with that last foul has got 3 himself. Rice has got 3. Harkless has got 3. Degenhardt's back in. Shaver, almost an offensive foul there. Ball fake, Degenhardt driving, scoring with the left hand.
Such a feel for the game, the sophomore from Spokane. He knows he can shoot it. He knows the defense is going to contest. Get your eyes up on the rim and get yourself to the basket.
Strip, Shaver, and it stays with UNLV. 14 to shoot. What a comeback this has been for the hometown UNLV running Rebels. And a warning to the Boise State bench. I'm not sure if it was a coach or a player.
It looks like other son of Leon Rice, Cade Rice, may have made a comment that brought the ire of the official. He was laughing over there.
Oh, Webster goes down hard, misses the shot. Hold on. The official stops play.
I thought the ball hit the rim, though, and I thought the shot attempt got off before the shot clock would have created a violation.
So they're calling a shot clock violation here, which should stop the play. But that negates, obviously, what would have been a Boise State break, and that's why Leon Rice isn't happy. But if it was a shot clock violation, it was a shot clock violation. That's a break for UNLV. Shaver in, kicks, Degenhardt, 3. It's tipped, and it's UNLV's ball. Big crowd from Boise State here.
That ball looked as if it went off of Gilbert last.
Nope.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, I think you're right.
Redirected it, but off of Gilbert's hands. He wanted the officials to take a look at it, but at this point in the game, you can't.
Yes, it is a break for UNLV. 4-point game, 9 minutes left. Quarterfinal number 3 in the hyper-competitive Mountain West. Harkless going to work. Bangs home a 15-footer. It's back to a 2-point game.
When a player has as much freedom as he does at the top of the floor in a pick-and-roll situation, it is so unbelievably difficult to guard. Screen, uses a second screen. Defense is already in drop coverage. It's just a 15-foot pull-up.
22-point lead, as you saw. And that started right from the get-go. UNLV is not led. Abo on his way in. Bucket. And a flop is going to be called on Harkless.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think both players just got their feet caught up against each other. And your momentum's carrying you backwards. Yeah, maybe so, on second look. Officials love that flop call this season. They're simply just implementing the rule as stated that the rules committee put in.
It turns into a 3-point play. UNLV gets the possession. Lon Kruger gets angry. Excuse me. Kevin Kruger. Lon Kruger's angry too, by the way. That's a 3 that's long. Abo in transition. Looking for trailers. Degenhardt looking for the ball. He's got 14. Abo's got 14. Shaver's got a dozen. Shaver kicks. Degenhardt in the lane. Fouled before the shot. With 5 on the shot clock. The Running Rebels have come back. Boise State trying to hold them off. Quarterfinal Thursday in the Mountain Wests. You're watching Bracket Week presented by Kubota.
Confronting drought, drop by drop. Harnessing the sun at the atomic level. Partnering to support entrepreneurship and build an unstoppable workforce. Improving public health. Combating poverty. Uplifting our entire community. That's the mission of the region's only top-tier research university. Every day, UNLV does work that makes life better around the world and here at home. UNLV. Rebels make it happen.
Check it out. Imagine how much Mountain Dew is in there.
We should probably drink these fast.
What if my type 2 diabetes takes over?
What if all I do isn't enough? Or what if I can do diabetes differently?
Now you can with once weekly Mounjaro. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro can help decrease how much food you eat. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people taking Mounjaro lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro is not for people with type 1 diabetes or children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Mounjaro and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, vision changes, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about once weekly Mounjaro.
Mountain West, 2-seed Boise State. Jerry Palm has them in the tournament. UNLV scrapping for everything they can. They were down 22, 5-point game. Dan Dick out today had time to ponder during the afternoon session. What's going on out west, Dan?
I think St. Mary's is criminally underrated nationally. They're 10th in the net. They've moved to 8th, but they are an unbelievably good basketball team. They are hard to prepare for. I look for them maybe to make a Sweet 16. UCLA, they are amazing on the defensive end of the floor. That might have taken a little bit of a hit, Jalen Clark being injured We'll see what the prognosis is in Gonzaga. I thought they had unfair expectations coming into this season. Some of the advanced analytics sites have them being the best team from February on in college basketball. Should be an amazing March for all college basketball fans.
Now Degenhardt in tight. Left hand, that's blocked. Milwaukee came over to get it. UNLV's defense has been much, much better in the second half.
Well, they've had better ball pressure. Milwaukee and Iwako have been great on the interior protecting the rim.
Catch and shoot. Webster a three. 2-point game again. Shaver was wide open. McCabe there to steal it.
Well, they missed him on the initial back screen cut to the rim. McCabe was late, and then Najee Smith. Sometimes as a player, when you miss that first opportunity, you feel like you have to get the second, resulting in a turnover.
Oh, Milwaukee trying to flush it. And he couldn't catch. Running Rebels have never led. Degenhardt misses the three. Harkless with the rebound.
UNLV dodged a bullet there. A walk-in three in transition where McCabe was trying to get his teammates organized on that end of the floor.
Harkless. Rodriguez. Webster's got a dozen. Harkless has got 15. McCabe with the ball has 10 to lead UNLV. Baseline drive. Degenhardt with the rebound. Rodriguez not happy. Under 6. Rice. And a foul by Shaver. It's his 4th.
Not the type of foul you would expect a fifth-year senior to make. 55 feet away from the basket. Getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Just get back in defensive transition, get organized.
To your point, it's not a great spot to reach. It didn't look like a lot of contact, but it's right in front of the official.
Yep.
in a bad spot.
It didn't look like much, but it's directly in front of the official.
Webster. Harkless. UNLV just can't get over the hump. They've drawn within 2 numerous times. Whiting is in for Shaver. Smith, strong, free throws coming.
Such a unique player is Najee Smith. Nothing he does on the court is orthodox. Everything is different cadence with footwork. We'll get a look at it here. Kind of lulls the defense into sleep, draws some contact, gets to the line where he will shoot his side spinning release.
Yes. The globe free throw.
The globe, I like it.
Spanning the globe. Little sidewinder, looks beautiful. 2023 Reese's College All-Star Game is on CBS Sports Network, presented by Walmart, coming from the Final Four in Houston, 4:30 live on March 31st. Right here on CBS Sports Network. Smith, who developed that shot as a kid because when he was so young, he didn't have the strength to get it up. And he's always kept that weird rotation, and it's worked out. Harkless, Rodriguez, Webster. Oh, a 3. 1-point game now.
5 made threes now on the evening for Webster. And from Boise State, ball has got to get into Degenhardt's hands. I would expect Rice and Degenhardt to pick and roll.
Another miss on the 3 by Rice. Boise State hasn't hit one in the second half, and they still haven't. McCabe has the ball, and the running Rebels, who are down 22, with a chance to take their first lead as we approach 4 minutes left in this Mountain West Conference quarterfinal.
This is where they're dangerous because Harkless can create his own shot. If you overhelp, he can find a hot shooter like Webster.
Harkless, go time, fouled, bucket, count it, there's the lead.
We talked about his ability to create something almost out of nothing. Starts to get an edge, shoulder into the chest of the defender who's backpedaling, creates contact, draws the foul. He has been on a tear in the second half.
I'm sure the Greg Anthony, Stacey Augmon, Larry Johnson team never fell down by 22 and came back. But this has to rank as, and it's not a win yet, but this would be one of the great comebacks in UNLV history if they can pull this off.
Those Runnin' Rebel teams always play from out in front, but give this Runnin' Rebel team of this year's edition a lot of credit. They've been through some adversity with some injuries, but for them to battle back and have a 2-point lead under 4 minutes has been an impressive performance.
Dagan Hart in tight against Milwaukee. Backing, spinning, caught on the baseline. Calls a timeout. And this place is erupting. Runnin' Rebels all the way back and up by 2.
Isn't that your car?
That could have been bad.
We're Carvana. We've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Go to Carvana, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. We'll come to you, pay you on the spot, then pick up your car. That's it. At Carvana.
I wonder if Instacart can tackle this honeydew list. Need paint for the deck, gear for the kids' track meet, and the essentials. Honeydew list completed. Saturday saved. Visit instacart.com or download the app and get free delivery on your first order.
Over the years, I've seen what loyalty can do for business. These people have helped me build this company from the ground up. And I want them to know how much I value their commitment. So I'm doing what I can to help secure their future. Because true loyalty goes both ways.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Defeat allergy headaches fast with new Flonase Headache and Allergy Relief.
2 pills relieve allergy headache pain.
And the congestion that causes it. Flonase Headache and Allergy Relief. All good.
Interesting piece. Let me bring in my expert.
So many scratches.
Those are from my car keys.
Such a rich history. This won't do well at auction, but at AT&T, it's worth a brand new Samsung Galaxy S23.
Wait, really? What about this?
AT&T's deal is back. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S23 with a Galaxy phone trade-in. Any year, any condition.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by California Almonds. Eat almonds. Live well. Repeat.
Wow. I mean, you see some amazing things in Las Vegas. You rarely see a college basketball team in a quarterfinal game come back from a 22-point deficit, and that's exactly what UNLV has done. Lots of timeouts to go around, and lots of E.J. Harkless to go around as well.
A lot of times players start thinking about what their spring break plans might be, but UNLV has played with a lot of pride here in the second half. I'm sure they were challenged by Coach Kevin Kruger at halftime to just come out, give me your all. They've done that. Harkless has been spectacular in the second half, whether he's been scoring it or creating attention and finding shooters, because Justin Webster has been equally impressive. He's knocked down 3 threes here in the second.
Boise State has not hit a 3 in the second half. That's after they went 10 of 14 in the first half. They're 0 of 9 from distance. Rice, Dagenhart, Smith, Abo. This is Smith. He hits it. A 3, contested 3, and the Broncos are back on top.
That's the kind of shot where you know it's not drawn up coming out of a timeout. When it releases, you're saying, no, 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 it goes in. Coach gives it a clap, says great shot.
Harkless in traffic, rises, missed it. Muwaka tips, Smith has the rebound. What a sequence for a guy that does a lot of the dirty work. We told you that, Najee Smith.
This is where with Boise State, you gotta love having the ball in Shaver's hands. A season ago, under 30 seconds, he hit 5 game-winning or game-tying shots.
That's Harkless, I believe, with the foul. And if so, it's his fourth. That's Smith. Look at that rotation. Spin and drop a 3.
March Madness is almost here. Who's in? Who's out? The answers are revealed on the March Madness Selection Show, Sunday on CBS. Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Some things are better left to a professional.
In hindsight, probably shouldn't have tried to remove my own appendix.
Like when it comes to finding financial advisors.
What was I thinking?
So leave it to Smart Asset to find them for you. Take the free quiz at smartasset.com. Then you'll be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors. To get started, take the Advisor Match Quiz now at smartasset.com.
I was this close. This close.
Coming up next, Road to the Final Four continues, headed to New York. Beyond the hardwood, inside college basketball right here on CBS Sports Network. We got another game in the Mountain West coming, and that game could end up in the 90s with Utah State and New Mexico. This, a 22-point Boise State lead erased, but the Broncos are back on top, 68-67.
A tremendous defensive effort in the second half for UNLV to really take Boise State out of every type of flow that they had in the first, but gonna have to keep a close eye on the foul issues. Harkless has clearly been the dominant player for UNLV. He's got 4. Shaver Jr. for Boise State. In crunch time, the ball is always in his hands at 4 with 4 fouls as well. It's gonna be interesting to see how both these head coaches manage potential foul trouble issues.
Shaver at the line. Misses the front end. 74% free throw shooter. Let's check in with A.J. Ross. A.J.?
Well, Rich, we noted earlier Mike Burns kind of being a defensive coordinator for this Boise State team. So during that last timeout, he was one of the main voices emphasizing that they need to key in on Harkless and apply more pressure along the perimeter. They kept emphasizing no more threes from this UNLV team, guys.
All right, thank you. Harkless, step back, jumper, Shaver, offside rebound. Shaver has 7 boards. Degenhart leads with 8.
Boise State, you don't have to run the shot clock all the way down. Stay aggressive offensively. First good opportunity, shoot it with confidence. Too many times in these scenarios, teams play to the end of the shot clock.
Shaver takes a look at the clock. Crosses over, in the lane, fouled. Muwaka, it looks like, got him. And he'll get 2 shots.
We've spotlighted Harkless creating contact on multiple drives today. That was a good example from Shaver.
Muwaka, second personal. Both teams have a ton of timeouts. I mean, UNLV's got 3, Boise State's got 2. Shaver missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and he misses there.
75% free throw on the shooter on the year. If there's one guy you would want in that situation, it would be either Max Rice or Shaver at the line.
Oh, and that one just rolls in. So the lead is 2 for Boise State. 2 minutes left in a wild quarterfinal night in the Mountain West. Harkless doubled, sandwiched, lost it, turnover. Now they can look. We're under 2 minutes. I mean, just under 2 minutes. So let's take a look as well.
Well, I was at Boise State shoot-around today, and they worked on this exact scenario when Harkless has it in a side pick and roll, not allowing him to use it and corralling him into the help defender, which is Degenhart in this situation. Clearly off Harkless will be Boise State basketball, but yes, under 2, you got to take a look.
Pretty cut and dried, although it did look like Abo probably got Harkless on the arm, which may have caused the ball to go off the hand. Officials can't call a foul. They can only say on that play who touched it last. Right there, you see the pop of the elbow? But look, we've looked at it 3-4 times in super slow motion. We caught it. They're calling it in real time while sprinting up and down the floor with a whistle in their mouth.
I don't want that job as an official. I know that for sure.
Again, we got to remind you that 2 of the key players in this game, 1 for each side, he's got 4 fouls. E.J. Harkless, who had 35 yesterday against Air Force, and has 18 in this one. He's got 4 for UNLV. Marcus Shaver Jr., the fine guard, has got 4 for Boise State. And this is Harkless defending Shaver. Shaver, step back, a 3. He got it! Big shot, Shave. That's the first 3 for Boise State in the second half. 5-point lead. An answer! Rodriguez! And a timeout. And a 2-point game. Again.
Woo! First for Boise State, Shaver creates some space, knocks it down. Cardinals sit on the defensive end, leave a shooter in the corner. Rodriguez makes the Broncos pay.
NexGard is the #1 vet-recommended flea and tick protection. It protects for a full 30 days, prevents the infection that causes Lyme disease, and is safe to start protecting puppies as early as 8 weeks. But your vet doesn't just prescribe it to her patients. She trusts NexGard to protect her own dog. And she knows its delicious beef flavor makes it #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard and why it's #1 with pretty much everyone.
Minute 13 left in this ball game. Boise State a 2-point lead. 2 timeouts each. Boise State has a foul to give before it's free throws for UNLV. London Rebels have the arrow, and I have no idea who has the momentum. I know that UNLV came down from 22 to take the lead. Boise State reclaimed the lead and has it now 72-70.
Well, I do know this. The ball will be in Shaver's hands as a decision maker for Boise State. And for UNLV, it will be in Harkless's hands. They have both made big plays throughout the second half.
And they're matched up now, and they both have 4 fouls. Shaver going. Lost the ball. Out of bounds. And it's going to stay the Broncos ball with 8 on the shot clock. And obviously, I think the officials are going to look at this. And so will all of us. Oop. Yeah, that looked like it last touched UNLV.
I would agree with that.
Rodriguez. I like the ref cam. That's new here in the Mountain West. Ref review cam. That's a sweet look. Watch Rodriguez right hand right there.
think that's clearly off Rodriguez. Yep. Shaver not quite able to keep control of it, but off of Rodriguez. Should be Boise State basketball. Shot clock should not reset, should stay at 8. So Boise State's got to be aware of that. Be prepared to quickly get into an action off of this sideline out of bounds.
Of course, the Broncos won this tournament last year. Won the regular season, obviously went to the NCAA tournament. UNLV's not been to the tournament since 2013. That was a Dave Rice-led team with Anthony Bennett on it. They haven't won or been to the semifinals since the year later in 2014. That's a long drought. 22 points they were down, and it felt like, to be honest with you, 42 points.
They're looking at the clock to determine if there should be any time put back on either the game or shot clock.
All right. I think they got it.
It looks pretty spot on to me.
Now let's fist bump to the clock operator who was all over them. So 8 seconds. Shaver and Harkless matched up again. Shaver, it's a 3. Contact, but no foul. Ball's loose. Who touched it? It's UNLV's ball. 44 seconds left.
If you're Boise State now in this situation, you do have a foul to give.
It looked like Smith sent it skyward.
They're taking another look.
Call on the court is UNLV ball.
Oh, wow. It looks like as if it did go off of Rodriguez. And that is why there are multiple reviews in a close game down the stretch.
I think you're right. And we looked at 2 different views until we saw this, the third, to see it go off of Rodriguez's fingers, it seems. Even on that, you can't really tell. And the first 2 were not definitive. But we have such great technology here in the arena.
It's that angle right there that our fantastic camera crew was able to capture that makes me think it is Boise State basketball.
We have the best of the best at CBS. And they've been here all day as well, right? They had the morning session, mealtime, night session.
Andrew Catalan, Steve Lapis were in our seats in the afternoon games. They had 2 really good games.
They're back at the spa right now.
Yes.
Probably luxuriating and watching. All right, you see a definitive change in flight of ball there? Yep, it looks like it. And I'm sure the officials now are going to go look at clock because the shot did hit the rim and then it was knocked out of bounds. So Boise State, it feels like, is going to have another 30 seconds. Pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's spot on once again. And there's no change of possession, so shot clock should be at 30.
What do you think they're talking about right now?
Well, from our vantage point, the replays that we were able to look at, it looks as though it should clearly be Boise State basketball. To overturn it, they have to be 100% certain, because they initially pointed in the direction of UNLV basketball. You have to be completely certain to overturn a call.
One of the officials, I believe, it is. It's Boise State's ball.
So now, UNLV, you're going to have another shot at it. Does Kevin Kruger decide to foul, put Boise State at the line where they've struggled down the stretch, or play it out defensively. I would expect them to play it out defensively. And then whatever happens, you got to get the ball up the floor quickly.
And since there was no possession, instead of 30 seconds, it's 20 seconds on the shot clock. That's an important distinction. So UNLV never possessed the ball, which meant you get 20 after an offensive rebound. And that's a team offensive rebound. That's probably what that discussion was about. Shaver now. Remember, he and Harkless battling here, both have 4 fouls. Shaver has hit so many big shots in his Boise State career. On his way in. This is Rice. Shot clock's down. Rice, quick 3, long 3. Milwaukee has it. UNLV, 25 seconds.
If you're Boise State, you've got the foul to give if you want to give it in this situation, but don't do it in the act of shooting.
Harkless goes down. Shaver has the ball, and he's fouled. Wow. Did not see that coming. I don't know if Harkless just slipped, if he was tripped. He just slipped, kind of turned his ankle and went down.
Wow.
Nobody touched him.
Just lost his footing.
What a bad break for UNLV, and a nice bounce for Boise State. Shaver collected it. He's going to get to the line, but remember, he's missed 2 free throws here in the second half. One was a front end of a 1-and-1.
Well, typically a good free throw shooter on the season, 75%. But as you mentioned, 2 big misses here in the last few minutes.
I'm sure somewhere Jerry Palm is watching. Boise State, the 2 seed, we said from the outset, they're in the tournament right now. But they'd love to polish that resume. They'd love to hop up a few lines in the seeding. And they had a 22-point lead and were cruising in the first half. The Rebels came roaring back in the second, took the lead. But Boise State up 2. Shooting 2. Wow.
Big miss, because now it stays a 1-possession game even if he makes this.
And to your point, the Broncos still have a foul to give here. Makes that one. Timeout. Boise State calls the timeout to get themselves organized defensively. He's a 75% free throw shooter, and just in disbelief. His 3rd miss.
He's a shooter that plays with a ton of pride. He didn't like the result of that.
All right, you have the foul to give. You know, you probably were going to foul anyways, even if you didn't have the foul to give, because it's a 3-point lead. So how do you use the bonus foul here, and at what time and what point on the court?
So UNLV has the length of the court they have to go up. You don't want them to get a full head of steam on the catch and get the ball down the floor, because I'm sure they're anticipating a foul. So I would expect token pressure to not allow UNLV to get up the floor quickly. But on that, if you're Boise State and you are going to use that foul to give, don't use it too soon, where all of a sudden now they can reset with 7-8 on the clock. UNLV does have another timeout if they do want to use it.
McCabe to inbound. Webster, and this is McCabe. Harkless now. Will they foul him? There it is. It comes with 8 seconds left. Now, they're probably in foul mode again to prevent a 3-point shot.
Maybe gave it a little bit too soon. Harkless wasn't quite in a scoring threat area on the floor, but that being said, good decision.
All right, so now a similar question for not only Leon Rice, but Mike Burns, the defensive coordinator for Boise State. When do you foul? Do you wait till it's under 5? Do you foul right away, or do do you foul at the first sign of something developing?
Well, that's a difficult one. A lot of coaches in this scenario where you're up 3, the only thing that can hurt you is a 3-point basket. If you foul and put them on the line in a 1-on-1 situation, many coaches will do that. But the biggest thing now is no clean looks from 3. You can give up a 2.
We focus so much on the defense and what they're going to do. Oftentimes you don't ask yourself, if you're the offense, how can you avoid that foul and try to get a clean 3 off?
Well, I think for UNLV, you got to go quick. You have to expect and anticipate a potential foul. So you want to make sure if it looks like a foul is coming, get into your shooting motion. The other thing would be if you go early, right, see what all your other options are. If it's a quick finish at the rim and you only take 2 seconds off the clock, you can extend this game. If you attack, defense collapses, you got plenty of time for drive and kick 3 opportunities as well.
UNLV has used their last timeout. Boise State has 1 left. Kevin Kruger and the running Rebels were down 22. They took the lead a couple times. Boise State by 3, 8 seconds left.
I would expect Boise State to switch almost everything. No clean looks from 3.
Harkless gets the ball, gets the shot, missed it. Rebound, loose. A 3 to tie it, hit it! Oh goodness! Noel got it off! He tied it! Unbelievable!
And that's why in some of those situations, coaches will foul to prevent the 3-point shot, forcing overtime. Good defense on the first one. Noel gets his hand on it, chases down the loose ball. There should be some time put back on the clock, but what a shot from Shane Noel.
And to your point, Boise State defended well, but UNLV went quick. That was such a quick 3 by Harkless. They didn't have a chance to foul.
You're right. It was a quick action to get Harkless the ball, and there was no thought in his mind as far as passing it. And rightfully so, when you're the guy that has carried them throughout multiple stretches of this season, the shot should be your responsibility. It was, but a blockout never transpired for Boise State. Shane Noel, an unbelievable rebound, chases it out to the 3-point line and knocks down the 3.
They are going to put some time back up, it seems like. 1 second. And from what we've seen in the last 2-3 weeks in college basketball, that's enough time to get a 3-quarter court shot. And remember, Isaiah Stevens today almost hit one.
Yes, and
there's the 1 second.
Earlier this season on the road for Boise State at New Mexico, they had a similar situation. Might have been about 3.5, 4 seconds if I remember correctly. They advanced the ball full court. Degenhart was able to knock down a 3. It looks like he's inbouncing it now, so probably a long throw ahead to Rice or Shaver.
Broncos have a timeout, but a catch and a timeout would eat some time. Degenhart to throw it in. All tied. There's the throw. Harkless gets it off and almost, oh my goodness. A steal and a shot, and it would have counted. Unbelievable.
There is something about the Mountain West tournament. Every year we've called games, you have no idea what to expect other than the fact there's going to be some outstanding games.
I'll tell you what, in the first half, we didn't expect overtime. 73 apiece. Stick around.
You don't get here.
They can feel momentum shifting to their side. You said we didn't predict this game being like this in the first half, but they certainly believe they could come back, and they believe they can win right now, guys.
Well, the whole building, AJ, is as energized as it's been. Because, look, the Runnin' Rebel fans didn't have anything to make any noise about until midway into the second half. Come on, fellas. Here we go. Abo is guarding Harkless.
A good adjustment. Shaver had him a few times down the stretch, but with 4, you don't want to put him in that position.
Harkless too strong on the jumper. Shaver is just a dynamite rebounder. He's got 8 in this ball game to lead Boise State.
I think Boise State's got to be a little bit more assertive on the offensive end as far as getting into their action sooner. In the second half, they were a little bit delayed getting into what they wanted to do.
Smith, oh, he hit a big 3 in the second half, and he opens overtime with a spinning three-pointer.
He just makes big, timely plays. They don't draw up any plays for him, but he's got enough confidence in himself, and the staff trusts him to make good decisions when it counts.
Harkless looking for a seam. Webster almost stripped. Gets in and scores. Oh, Webster. That looked like a disaster, and then he salvaged it and got a layup. 1 point, Boise State lead. Abo. Yes. Abo. 16 in the game.
Well, a second half where Boise State struggled to shoot it at 31% to start off overtime. A couple jumpers. Who would have thunk this would have been the rhythm to this basketball game after the first 20 minutes for Boise State?
Rodriguez feeds Milwaukee. Takes the 3. Missed the 3. Broncos have a 3-point lead and the ball. Shaver probing, driving, missed it, no foul. Shaver went down hard. Boise State bench erupts. Webster drives, stripped, and that's off of Webster. Broncos get it back.
Good no call, I think, from the official. Shaver looked as if he kicked his right leg out, trying to create a little bit of contact. Didn't finish it.
Remember, UNLV played an overtime game yesterday. Boise State had the day off. Degenhardt on the baseline. Backing in, finds Smith, gets some room, and gets some free throws. Milwaukee with the foul.
Milwaukee was caught in no man's land. It looked as if he was going to double Degenhardt, but he didn't fully commit to it. So therefore, he was late in rotation getting back to Najee Smith. Not a great free throw shooter on the season at 68%. A couple big ones here.
Shaver is out. Whiting is in. Leon Rice may be trying to protect Shaver with the 4 fouls, at least for a small stretch. Four-point game. Harkless. It's a 3. It's tipped. Smith. Big, big rebound. It's what he does. 16 points, 6 rebounds for Najee Smith. Smith again. No foul. And the ball is out of bounds. And Boise State will hold it. The shot clock was reset, but I don't think he hit anything. No, I think that hit the bottom of the backboard.
It hit the bottom foam of the backboard, so it should not be a shot clock reset.
And they've put the clock was at 30, now it's at 3.
But this is where you make the decision to take Shaver out of the game, now all of a sudden you have a clunky offensive possession where you struggle with getting into anything, and you end up with a Najee Smith isolation on the wing, which isn't part of their normal offensive attack.
I think the officials are looking to see if that ball hit the rim or the backboard. The shot clock reset to 30. It's been, as you see on your screen, set at 3. I don't.
It should not be a reset of the shot clock.
Yeah, and they may take a look and see who it touched last, but I don't know that they're going to put 30 back up or 20 back up there.
This is where you've got low clock. I believe it should be Boise State basketball with 3 on the clock.
All right, watch the tip here. Ooh.
Oh, well, maybe Abo did touch it last.
Yeah, that's Abo's hand that pokes through there. Ooh. Is that definitive enough to overturn the call? I don't think so, but
I would imagine it's Boise State basketball. And with that, you know, you look back to all the different special late game situations that you've worked on throughout the season. You've had these type of setups and practices where you've worked on baseline out of bounds, 3 seconds. So this isn't a new setting, but the environment of being an important possession in a big time game is you must execute and be aware of what your first, second, third options are. Yes, that looks as if it's off Noel from UNLV on the super slow-mo.
Well, you think they've established that it hit the backboard. I think we're clear there. I think they're looking at who touched it last. And as you can see from referee cam, they're going to draw in another opinion.
I wish we had audio with the ref cam. That would be amazing.
You know what? You're right. They should have it. I mean, it would be not only amazing, but it would be informative. So we wouldn't have to sit here for 2-3 minutes wondering exactly what they're looking at. I'll remind you, we've got another game tonight, and it should be a barn burner. New Mexico and Utah State are actually in the arena right now and watching all of this. There you go. There's New Mexico, and just to their left, Utah State is there. Max Shulga is saying, geez, let's go. Get on with it. But again, the stakes are enormous. Not only this game, this tournament, but the NCAA tournament. So 2 questions. Did it hit the rim? Don't think so. No. Was it poked out of bounds by Boise State? Not sure.
I know the rules committee always, adjusts different things, but I would really like to see a time limit set on reviews. I know it has to be definitive to overturn the initial call.
It's going to be Boise State's ball. I don't think that's a surprise. And the shot clock is going to stay at 3 seconds, which is good for UNLV. Baseline out of bounds. Rice finds Degenhardt for the layup. Oh my goodness.
What a catch in traffic. Looked as if he was being fouled on the catch. Terrific finish.
Shaver pokes it loose. Degenhardt, open floor. Into the lane, fouled. And with 1:26 left in overtime, Boise State can add to a 6-point lead.
Well, I said be aware of first, second, third options. Degenhart, the third option, clearly on that baseline out of bounds, but you've always got to be ready. Luis Rodriguez not seeing man and ball.
It's a great pass.
Tremendous pass, thread the needle.
Well, the Broncos have done themselves no favor at the line. McCabe back in. Degenhart tonight, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Wow, missed them both. UNLV has gone 2.5 minutes without a point. Shaver caught that ball and then landed out of bounds. Defense substitution in, and of course Shaver's got 4 fouls, so Whiting is in. Harkless, Webster trying to get to the rim, a floater, and he's fouled. He's got free throws. Stops the clock with 1:17 left.
Rice not able to get through that screen cleanly and get back in front.
And that's 4 now on Max Rice.
So the 2 primary ball handlers of Boise State each have 4 fouls.
Webster, terrific scorer at Hawaii, and one of the best free throw shooters that UNLV has at 87%. Missed it. Rodriguez has the rebound. 5-point game. Harkless. Webster. Smith. Lost it. Rodriguez. Still plenty of time. Noel. Forced it. Ball's loose. Abo. Rice. Smith. Smart move. A reach and a foul.
And when you're not a great free throw shooter and you know you're going to get fouled, get a few extra seconds off the clock. Harkless. Wow.
Harkless trying to tie him up.
I don't know how you could think that's a tie up.
He gets the foul and then reacts. And he may have been given a technical. He was. That's a crusher. Oh, we're being told that the technical was on McCabe. So Harkless did not get a T.
Well, we initially thought it would have been on Harkless.
And now we're being told that it was Harkless. So we're trying to sort that out. So he essentially has 6 fouls.
The 5th personal and the technical.
And Rice may have just put this one away. Yeah, and we've confirmed that that was Harkless's foul. Technical foul.
The primary scorer, Harkless, now being out. UNLV still has to get the ball to the floor quickly. I would imagine it's McCabe into a drag screen pick and roll, trying to find something for himself, or spray it out to a shooter such as Webster or maybe Rodriguez on the perimeter.
Noel went down. He's limping up the floor. It's a 9-point lead. McCabe, Milwaukee, Webster, Whiting the rebound. And it's Keepway. And a foul. And it feels like Boise State has survived a furious comeback by UNLV. An almost impossible three to tie it and send it into overtime for UNLV. And it's the Broncos who have survived and will advance in this Mountain West tournament into the semifinals.
Well, I think this can be looked as a character building type game for Boise State in the month of March as they prepare to play in the NCAA tournament. They had an amazing first half, then literally got ice cold in the second half, had to battle through adversity of UNLV getting hot, and then prevail in overtime. There's lots of lessons to be learned for Boise State.
The lead is 11. McCabe in the corner. And it's going to be Boise State's ball with 15 seconds left. And a collective sigh of relief for the Broncos, who looked like they had this game well in hand with a 22-point lead, then lost the lead, then got it back, then looked like they were going to win it in regulation.
A ton of credit needs to go to Harkless and Webster. They didn't give up. The message that Kevin Kruger must have had at halftime provided a spark. But a tremendous first game of the evening here at Mountain West Tournament. Every year it seems to be unbelievable finishes.
Kevin Kruger, Leon Rice, what a game this was. The 2-seed Boise State advances 87-76. They're into the semifinals. They'll meet the winner of our next game, Utah State and New Mexico. Update your brackets, everybody. Broncos are through. San Diego State, San Jose State in one semifinal. Boise State against either New Mexico or Utah State. What a game that was. I mean, from 22 down, the amazing three to tie it, to get to overtime,